Hey guys, Marcus here. Listen, this is Act 3 of that Allan Dib book, one-page marketing plan. I want to get right to it. I'm going to try and get this out the door versus trying to make it perfect, but I think it's a really valuable book and you should pay attention to it. Even though it's short and simple, I think the concepts are exactly right on. There's a lot of truth to this. It's not going to be easy to implement. It's going to require a lot of forethought, but let's get right to it. Delivering that world-class experience, if you remember, this is pre-getting your customer, this is during the customer phase, and this is after what you're going to do to keep your customers for a long, long time and develop your tribe of raving fans. You just continually meet their expectations and give them something and create value. Continue to create value with the people you've done business with. I am certainly, as I've said in the previous videos, I'm certainly guilty of doing all the mistakes, all the things wrong, and this is not saying that I'm perfect, but I think that this outline is pretty comprehensive and makes a lot of sense, and create some sense of theater around your product or service, and have systems in place to reliably deliver a great experience and create that lifetime relationship. And that's where small businesses have an advantage, not like large businesses that are steeped in bureaucracy and have different, the strings getting pulled in different ways. You, as a small business owner, can enact this and again, create theater around your services. If you're in an unsexy business, which your customer's first question is generally centered around price, you might be skeptical about all this talk about theater and innovation, but on 1pmp.com you can see a Blendtec video series how somebody created theater around a simple blender. Excuse me. This picture says, for a restaurant, not only will we cook for you, we'll pick you up and take you home and drive you there, complimentary for all dinner bookings within a 5 km radius of the restaurant. So that's another way to develop theater around your product. And plain and simple, the purpose of any new technology in your business is to eliminate friction. And this is talking about your system. And utilize technology in order to do that, and in order to create theater, for example, and become a voice of value to your tribe. Don't spend most of your time on the voices that don't count, and become a voice that counts. You need to have valuable ideas, and rarely do the valuable ideas come from nowhere and interrupt you. By seeking out other voices of value, thought leaders in and out of your industry, mentors, coaches, and successful peers, you lay the foundation for building your own valuable ideas. And look at this, all this simple shampoo. Can you tell the difference? These two are talking about very detailed. The one on the left is boring, safe, and almost indistinguishable from the other 100 bottles. Meanwhile, the others talk about how many real mint leaves make one bottle. They're just using some details to create theater around their product. Tell your audience about all the effort that goes into delivering your product or service. No one cares about your logo, company name, or dubious claim about being the leader in your industry. They want to know what your product will do for them. Products make you money. Systems make you a fortune. The E-Myth, Michael Gerber. Again, Allan Dib has amalgamate. I'm using a word. He's blended a bunch of things that have been out there for years and really applied them in what you can do for your small to medium business. Warren Buffett only invests in boring businesses, one that he can understand and deliver a staple product, solid management, and generate a lot of cash. Marketing system could create a consistent flow of leads into the business. A sales system, lead nurturing, follow-up, and conversion. Fulfillment system, the actual thing you do in exchange for the customer's money. Administration system, accounts, reception, human resources, and so on, that support all these systems. 4 main types of business systems that you need to create regardless of what type of business you're in. The thing is, customers don't find out how good your product is until after they bought from you. And so there are numerous benefits to implementing systems. Here are some of the most important. Builds an asset. You can leverage and scale it. It's consistent. like McDonald's, and it lowers your labor cost. And you should be able to fire yourself at it. That's what a real business is. If you're a sole operator or a small business, it's not a problem if you currently do everything, but it's a problem if you have to do them. So if you're indispensable, you're a bottleneck, and the business will only move as fast as you can. Your ultimate customer. In the excitement of starting a business, it's common to spend a lot of time thinking about how to get there. That is how to get there. That has become successful. But often what's given less thought is how to get back. In other words, the exit strategy. So this is chapter 7, action item. Fill that out. We're right at the bottom. We're going to move into portion number 8. This is there's Act 1, Act 2, and now we're moving to Act 3. And the second part of Act 3 is let's see, Acres of Diamonds. I'm going to breeze through that. When was the last time you actually increased your prices? It's been a while. If you hold your prices constant for a long time, in real terms, you're lowering them because inflation makes them worth less money over time. Inflation is the sustained increase over the general price level of goods and services over a period of time. And you can think about that with prices in your past life. Robert Cialdini's classic book, The Psychology of Persuasion, he discusses the contrast principle. Using contrast comes into play when two different things are presented sequentially and feel more different than they really are. For example, if you lift a heavy object first, followed by a light one, you'll judge the second to be lighter than it is. And that's talking about upselling with regard to your business. So raising prices, upselling, systems. This is section 8. What systems are you going to use? And, well, let me see. I might have gotten sidetracked a little bit. It's called summary, increasing the lifetime value, right? Upselling, raising your prices, ascension, frequency, increasing the frequency with your customers, reminders, giving people a reason to come back, and help them buy repeatedly with subscriptions. I certainly got involved with a wine club. They just kept sending me stuff. I had to physically tell them to stop, and that was that little barrier. I'll be honest. I bet they made some more money off of me than I would have if I had to go back. Past customers that trust you enough to cross the chasm between prospect and customer, they may have stopped buying from you for any number of reasons, but maybe because you didn't give them a reason to come back. So the numbers, Shark Tank is an example here. If you don't mind the numbers, then you can't repeat them. What gets measured gets managed. You've heard that before. Marketing is a game for which you need to constantly measure, manage, and improve your numbers. You just need the numbers. Leads, conversion rates, transaction value, a break-even point. Now what we want to do is focus on improving those 3 key numbers. The gross margin, improving the 3 key numbers. We want to improve leads, conversion rate, and the average transaction value by just 10%. And so even though, let's say they do it in this diagram on page 192, we've improved just 3 key numbers, only 10%, yet the bottom line is staggering, 431% improvement. A business owner's taking $120,000 annually, and now with 10% improvement, he's making the case that you're going to take home vastly more money by improving just 3 key numbers. And often Allan is talking about, when you get on his email list, small hinges swing big doors. Here are some of the key metrics needed to measure and manage a subscription or recurring business model: recurring revenue, churn rate, and lifetime value. And this is all under the banner of measuring your numbers. So, in other words, let's see, I'm trying to be timely with this because you should certainly read the book. But if you're just listening to this, then your customer base can be divided into 4 categories: the tribe, the churners, the vampires, and the snow leopard. These have various value to your business. Fire problem customers. You want the people that aren't, sucking your energy. And so, Chapter 8, action item. How are you going to increase the customer lifetime value? And put that in 8. All right, 9, referrals. Why relying on word of mouth is a losing strategy. How to ask for them without looking needy. Let's get into it. Don't rely on the free lunch, and that's what word of mouth is. It's nice when it comes your way, but you don't want to rely on it and feed your family. By being totally reliant on it, I've seen business propositions in the real estate industry by referral only, hoping they both like you and remember you often enough to send new business your way is extremely dangerous. And if it's similar to what you do in your business, now's the time to start building a much more robust referral marketing system. You need to actively orchestrate and stimulate referrals rather than just hope and wait for them. So there's a formula. You're an entrepreneur. You got to make things happen. And one is just asking. You are the entrepreneur. For example, Mr. Customer, it's been such a pleasure working with you. If you know anyone's in a similar situation, we'd love to give you one of these gift cards, which entitles them to $100 off their first consultation with us. We get a lot of referrals, and that's one of the ways we are able to keep the cost of our service down. So acknowledge your previous customer, not asking for a favor, but offering something valuable and giving a reason to give them a reason to give us referrals. Relying on the goodwill of others is not Allan's idea of being an entrepreneur. To better understand the mechanics of how referrals happen, we got to understand that all referrals happen through a conversation between two or more people. 3 things have to happen for someone to refer to you. They have to notice that the conversation is about whatever it is that you do. 2, they have to think of you. And 3, they have to introduce you into the conversation and ultimately introduce you to the person they're talking to. And business owners, we sometimes don't see ourselves within the bigger picture of our customers' buying behavior. We just see their interaction with us. There's nothing wrong with that, but when we start looking at the bigger picture, we can start to uncover profits that have been previously hidden. It's like finding money in your jacket. So one awesome strategy that I liked is a card or voucher for your products or services. For example, Mike's Pet World, you might be a food retailer. You can create an arrangement with a local vet, find out what time of pet food is this vet recommends, and create a voucher that he can give away to new clients. So you can get creative. And with those leads, even if you don't deal with them directly, you can sell them, exchange them, resell complementary products and services. You can even become an affiliate referral partner. And building a brand, there's a lot of confusion among small business about what the brand is. It's there's a different range of answers, emotional, psychological relationship you have with your customers, type of product manufactured by a particular company under a particular name, term, design, symbol, or any other feature. It's the idea or image of a specific product. But think of your business as a person. And the personality is what it really is. And what's its name? What's it wear? How does it communicate? What are its values? Is it well known? And when all's said and done, branding is something you do after someone's bought from you rather than something you do to induce them to buy from you. And, how are you going to orchestrate and stimulate referrals? This is the last thing in your one-page marketing plan. So what we've done in overview is went from cold to customers to raving fans, and you're converting sales. You can get a copy of this on Allan's website. So doing something done beats perfect in my book, and 80% out the door is better than 100% in the drawer. You got to do something, and you got to delegate it. We only get paid as entrepreneurs for bringing value to the market, not time. Those are called wage employees. The products we create or the services we deliver won't be half-baked. Focusing on the cause, value, rather than the effect, making money, will lead to much greater long-term success. Values money. Create your own marketing plan and implement. Spend time doing the business and building value. Various industries, including manufacturing, news media, and bricks and mortar retail, are in crisis. So he's encouraged you to pick your industry, not a dying industry. Don't put lipstick on a pig. Don't fix up a car. It's not going to have the value. Don't put your energy into industries that are going away. Bricks and mortar is, in crisis. Globalization, the internet, new technology is hurting them. Are whining and crying about the state of things, lobbying for government intervention and hoping the good days will return, but it's over. It's not coming back, the good old days. So just consider Uber, Facebook, Alibaba, Airbnb. Decide what business you need to be in and what technologies are coming that's going to disrupt your industry, and how can you take advantage of them. His conclusion is that you really need to transition from business owner to marketer. Doing the same thing over and over again is not going to yield different results. And no one knows how good your products or services are until after the sale. Before they buy, they only know how good your marketing is. Simply put, the best marketer wins every time. So throughout this book, you've been the recipient of some extremely valuable info. It's information that most of your competitors will never know or seek out. That puts you at a huge advantage if you take action. I urge you to take action. As I mentioned, knowing and doing is not the same. Knowing and not doing is the same as not knowing. If you continue to do what you've always done, you'll continue to get the same results. And that's Allan. Go become a part of his fan base if you wish, but more importantly, read this book. I think it's a great book. And until next time, I hope that you found some value in it. If you can subscribe to Agent Info Club or YouTube channel, or visit it and start a group discussion. It's a resource that I've organized. So thanks for tuning in. Bye now.